Hi everyone and welcome. If I haven't told you already, I'm really glad you come here to the farm. It makes it a better place. Just you've probably heard the expression before that sometimes the observation of a thing can actually have an effect on it. And I believe that to be true. Now I'm going to tell you why that is. First of all, the soap. I guess that's why you're here, isn't it? Well, I'll talk a bit about the soap and then I'll talk about what I was going to talk about. This soap was a special request, in a sense. Someone had contacted me about making a soap for their father. And the only there were two requests. One was that it had red mica, which I don't use micas. I'm not going to say I haven't used them in the past. I have. There's actually a couple of older videos where I had some mica, but it was my mother's micas that she only used in one or two soaps for her sister. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. So I'm not really a mica user, but she actually specified he liked red mica. He'd seen it in a soap and liked it, and that he wanted it to have a tobacco fragrance. And so I kind of explained that that I deal in essential oils and natural colors, and that that while I would happily make that for her if that's what she wanted, that I would have to charge a bit more, because if I make a full loaf of something, it's kind of hard to make just a couple bars of something, and she only wanted 3 bars. Can it be done? Sure. I've got a small pink mold, one of those Amazon molds, that I can make. But the way I look at it when I make soap, especially now being so busy with work, it is an event. So I want to go ahead and make at least one full loaf, if not several loaves, so that I can use it in grab bags or at market whenever I get back to having one of those again, or even selling them in the store. I sell soap from my store every day and from my Etsy store, so it's important that I have stock there. I actually have several soaps I need to get listed. I've just been so busy and haven't had the time to do it. Anyway, so I decided since I was going to make a full loaf of this, to convince her to use a natural red colorant and let me use some essential oils and try to come up with a similar fragrance. I'm going to tell you, it was challenging. The fragrance, the color obviously was easy. I'm using some red reef clay and a little bit of Brazilian red clay and a little bit of annatto seed to get that color. And I'm very happy with the color. And ultimately she was very happy with the color too, actually. Or she appeared to be. When the fragrance is tea tree and a little bit of spearmint, a little bit of peppermint, a little bit of tiny bit of rosemary. When I say a tiny bit, I mean in grams. I was trying to create a balance, and I believe I achieved it. And the person that I was making it for then backed out. Not because of what I did, but because she mentioned to her dad that I made it with natural fragrances, natural colors, and essential oils, and he poo-pooed the whole thing. He said, "No, I don't want any of that sissy soap." These were his words, is how she described it to me. And I thought it was, well, I won't go into what I thought, but I will tell you what I said. I said, "No problem. I can sell this soap or give it away. It's not a problem." And that is how this soap came into being. So there's that. Now, the soap actually I ended up changing a bit, as you'll see in the video. I made it and then I cut it, and I didn't like it because I had tried to do something a little more with the top, and I just didn't like it, so I ended up cutting the top off. But you'll see all that in the video. But what I wanted to talk to you about, why is this soap called Epiphany? Well, as I mentioned earlier in the video at the beginning, sometimes, as I've stated, that viewing something can affect the outcome. And this is actually a scientific fact. Sort of like if you watch birds. Well, the birds know if they know they're being watched, it's going to affect how they act, right? People that do videos on YouTube, that put their faces on YouTube and things, they are not going to perhaps be how they would be if they were not on camera. So what you're seeing is an affectation. That doesn't mean they're doing something wrong. I'm not suggesting that at all. And probably most of them will say, I'm just being myself, and they probably are being themselves. But it is still an affectation of who they are. Do I talk to you the way I speak to other people? I do. And that's why you don't see my face a lot in videos, because first of all, I'm not a big fan of my face, but that's a whole nother topic. But also, this is what I do for a living, is I talk. I speak to people. And so that's what I know. And I don't change it for videos. It's just who I am. But yesterday, when I was doing the video on the feeding the goats, and I saw some comments, and I apologize for not responding to comments. I've been so crazy busy, folks. I promise I'll try to do better on this video. That's a promise. I'm really going to try. So comment on this video, please. But when I was feeding those, I read the comments, and it made me realize that whenever I do something, okay, make a video and put it online, that it has some type of an effect. People say it made them feel good, or that was cute, or it made me smile, I laughed, I cried, whatever the case may be. And I'm thinking about that when I was actually videoing that, because people had said in the past how much they liked the goats or the animals, and so that was affecting my actions as well. The way I tried to video my hand pulling the seeds out of the tree and then presenting it to the animals. I was just trying to give a bit more action and a bit more activity. So why am I bringing all this up, and what does it really matter in the big scheme of things? Well, for me, it was a personal epiphany. Now, what is the epiphany that I had, and why is this soap called Epiphany? Epiphany, of course, is a self-discovery or an aha moment. For some people, it's a religious experience. For some people, it's a scientific experience. For me, it was just a natural self-discovery. And what that was that I have told myself since I started this, I hate doing videos. I say it all the time. To myself, not to you. I like making soaps. I like making lotions. I like making salves and all of those things. But I don't like this part. Or I've been telling myself for a long time how much I despise this, And then I discovered that, you know what? That's a lie. It is a lie I've been telling myself. I actually love the video portion of it and making these and sharing them with you. I love the feedback that I get. Without the videos, well, first of all, there'd be no YouTube. And I certainly wouldn't have this community that I have found in all of you. It's because of doing these videos. And since I love the community and getting to know all of you and the experiences I've got to have and sharing things, and by the way, you winners, your packages have all gone out. I'm very excited about you receiving them. They are all alike, okay? I just didn't have the time to make them all different, and for that I apologize, but I hope you'll understand and love them as much as I love making them. But the self-discovery is that I really like making videos, and I want to make more videos. I'm more than ever, and I just want to say thank you all. You helped me discover this about myself. Even if it's not me on camera most of the time, 90% of the time I'm not on video. Certainly not my face, maybe 95% I'm not on video. But I love making these, and it's because of you all that I've learned this, and I love this about myself now, that I can take joy in every aspect of the soap making, the salve making, the everything, and the video making. Now, editing is a whole other story. I still hate editing, and I'll say that out loud. It's not fun. Cutting things and patching it together and hoping you get it right, and I like putting music to things. I enjoy that and the transitions and things, but it is work. And any of you that make videos, you already know this, how much hard work goes into making our videos. It's a pleasure. And I just wanted to say thank you for that pleasure. It means so much to me. And I hope you've enjoyed this soap, what I went through to make it, and I think it's a nice soap. It's just a single loaf of soap I made, and I cut them real big because they were for a guy, for this particular guy who I happen to know is a big guy. And so I made big, beefy, they were almost 10-ounce bars until I cut the tops off, and now they're more like 8.5-ounce soaps. They're still great big honking bars of soap. So maybe the gentleman in your life, or maybe you would like a great big soap. So these will cure in about a month, and I'll put them in the shop. But thank you all so very much for all that you give me. I hear you tell me what I give. Well, you give it right back. And for that, I want to say thank you and give you a big old hug. I wish you could feel that hug. It's a great big bear hug. And thank you for all that you are and all that you continue to be. And wow, I'm so looking forward to Thanksgiving and Christmas. I have such fun ideas ahead. And a new year. We all have a new great year ahead of us. Isn't that exciting? All right. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you back soon.